So we have seen the vendor master side, right? So in the logistics general, we have seen the business partner. In the business partner, we are having the supplier. Inside the supplier, we are having the control. And inside the controller, we have defined the account group and field selection, right? And we have seen the transaction based screen layout, and we have seen the number range for supplier master, and we have assigned the number range to the supplier master, right? So this is what we have seen. So now to configure the BP, we have to do it inside the cross application components. So just expand this one, and here we are having SAP business partner. Okay, so inside the SAP business partner, we are having uh, this business partner, and inside this business partner, we are having the let's say the basic settings. Okay, so inside the basic settings, we are having this partner roles. So we have like the existing business roles we are having in this BP business roles, right? So these are the BP business roles. This is the standard one for the general. Okay, so when we are creating a business partner, so starting we have to create it in a general partner role. Then if you want to have it as a vendor, then you have to create it as a role, this FLVN 01. This is for our MM side, and this FLVN 000 is basically for the financial accounting. What we have seen in the what we have seen in the, let's say, finance side of business, let's say the vendor of FK01, what we are creating. If you are already seen the ECC version, that you then you might know that in FK01 we are creating it as a finance side. So financial information will be stored in the FLVN 00. Okay. Now let's go back. So FLVN 000 and 01 is our side. So one is for the supplier, let's say supplier master, one for the financial account. Okay. Now let's go back. Next one is here define BP grouping. Okay, so here basically you have to define a BP role group. So it is grouping is same as like we are creating a vendor account group in the vendor master. So it is the similar kind of thing. We'll go to new entry. So here we will be putting role grouping as, let's say, IT BP. Let's say title you can put business partner. Description you can put this you can put. So just hit enter. Okay, so we have already created this. Just go to the details. Now here we can go to the BP role grouping. Okay, and here we can put this business partner role as FLBN 00 and FLBN 01. This is for the ITBP. We can create it as a vendor. Okay, now just go back. So next one is here you can see number ranges and business grouping. Okay, just go to define number ranges. So here you can go to the intervals. Here you can check whatever number ranges are there. And here you can change, here you can create any number range if you want. Okay. So we can see what is the possible entry, what we can take. First, let's see if it is having that JF. It is not having that number ranges here. Okay. So we can take, okay, so we will take this J1 number range. Okay. So you can create a new number range as per your wish. Okay. So you can create a number range as per wish, but we will be creating this J1 as our number range. So let's go back. Here we can go to the number range status. Okay. Let's go back. So here we can see define grouping and assign number ranges. So here we will go and here we will find our grouping. So that is IT BP, right? So it's not there. We'll go to new entries. We will enter IT BP and we will be entering the number range as J1. Okay, just enter this one. Okay, now here you can see, now here you can see there is a external indicator is there. Okay, so now we will understand in the next step, we will understand what is the requirement of this external field. Okay, same thing you might have seen in the vendor account group. So this is the let's say this is the business partner, right? So this is for the business group, sorry, the BP grouping. Okay, now we will go to new screen. We'll go to SPRO and we'll go to logistics general and we will go to here business partner. Here we will go to supplier, then we'll go to control, then we'll go to where is the number range? This is the number range. Here we can see there is a external indicator is there. Okay, if we see the JF, here also you can see a external indicator in the, so here you can see the external indicator. Here also see you can see a external indicator. So when you require this external indicator, so we need to see that one. Okay, now let's go to a new screen and we will go to SPRO. So this is the same node. I'm just explaining you this in a new screen because it will be able to understand like where we need the external button. Okay. So that's why it is, I'm showing you on a new screen. So same node you can like cross application components, and inside the BP grouping we are defining the, we will define some, we will define one more category. Okay, so now we will go to the SAP business partner, then business partner, right? Then we will be going to, okay, so we have already seen this business partner basic settings. We have already seen all these things, right? Business partner roles and groupings. We have seen these things. Okay, now we will go to, now we will go to master data synchronization. Here you are having a master data synchronization. Here we will go to the master data synchronization. Inside that there is a preparatory step for master data synchronization. Okay. Okay. Here we have to go to this customer and vendor integration. Okay. Just go to the customer and vendor integration. So here you are having preparatory steps for customer vendor information. Here you are having information about terminology, business partner settings. So we'll go to business partner settings. Here we are having settings for vendor integration. Okay. Expand this one. Here we are having set the BP role category for direction BP to vendor, or define the BP role for direction vendor to BP. Okay. So there are two conditions are there. Either you can set the role category for direction BP to vendor. In that case, we will be first using we will be creating the business partner, and that business partner number will be used as a vendor number. And the next one is the opposite. Let's say first you want to create a vendor, then you want to create the same number as a business partner. So you can create it as a business partner also. Okay. So now let's say we will be going to this vendor to business partner role. Okay. So we'll go for, okay. So here you can see this is the define role group for direction vendor to BP. So we will go inside this one, and we will be assigning the vendor account group to the business BP role. Okay. So now we will be going to new entries. We will be entering the uh, okay, group is what group we have created. So we have created this ITSP. Okay. So we'll go here. We will take as ITSP. We will be defining the business role as BP role as this one FLVN 01. Okay. Let's enter this one and save. Okay. So we have created this role as a FLVN 01. Now let's go back. Just 1 second. Okay. So here you are having the field assignment for vendor integration. So here you are having assign keys. So here you are having define number assignment for direction to BP to vendor, and define number assignment from direction to, this is for the number ranges. Okay. So now the same thing we can go to the number ranges direction from vendor to BP. So just click on this one. So here you can see there is a vendor group is there, this is the account group, and this is the BP grouping. Okay. So now here we have to assign the group as a, we'll go to new entries and we will define, let's say uh, so here let's say we will be going for IT SP. Okay. So this one we will select, and here we will be selecting as IT TVP is not there. Okay, we have not saved this one. So now just save this one. Okay, so now here you can see this is the grouping as we have taken this vendor account group as ITSP, and here we are given the VP grouping as ITVP. Now, if you want to have the same number for vendor and for the VP number range, so you can take the same number range. Okay, you can take the same number range. Okay, now here you can see we have seen the number assignment for direction vendor to VP. Okay, so in this case, our first priority will be vendor. Inside the vendor, first the vendor will be created. Then we will take the same number range for the we will be taking the same number range for the business partner. Okay, in that case what needs to be happen, so in here you can see first this thing is happening, like we are creating a vendor master first, means vendor will be created first, then we will be defining the business partner no, business partner number. Okay, so in that case what will happen, this first section here you can see the ITSP section is there, or ITSP is the vendor account group. So this number range you can take it as a internal number range, and the second number range you have to take it as a external number range. Why? Because if you are going to take both as a internal number range, so it will be creating, the system will be creating the number range. Okay, now if you want to take as a same number range, so you have to take the second one as a external number range, so that you have to put the number range manually, like whatever let's say number is there for the vendor, same number you can take for the business partner. Okay, and vice versa. Okay, if you are going for, let's say, I'll say, because the number range is not same for us. Okay, if you are taking the same, you can take it. Okay, so let's go back. So if you are going to define number assignment for direction from BP to vendor, if you are going from here, then you can see here grouping is there, item grouping is there. This is the BP grouping is there, and here if you want to take the same number range. Okay, if you want to take the same number range, then what will happen? Let's say this one is the BP grouping, and this is the vendor account group. Okay, so if you want to find, you can find it over here. Let's see, position grouping. Let's say we will go for IT50. Okay, so it's not there. Okay, so if you are going here, let's say direction will be business partner to, here you can see this is the business grouping, BP grouping, this is the vendor account group. So if you are taking this as a this selection, so first one, your BP grouping number range will be manual, sorry, it will be system generated, or you can take that as a internal number range. But the second thing, the vendor account group, you have to take it as a external number range if you are selecting the same number range. Okay, so say this thing I wanted to explain you over here. So here you can see this is the grouping, this is the number range, there is a external checkbox is there. Okay, so if you are taking the direction from vendor to BP, then you have to take this number range as a external number range. Okay, this you have to put it as a external. If you are taking the direction as a BP to vendor, then you have to put this JF number as the external number range. Okay, able to understand, able to get my point? Any doubt, any confusions? Anyone? Anything?
No, sir.
Able to understand?
Yes.
Little bit confusing. Anyone, anything? Yes or no? Okay, so I believe you understood it all, right? Okay, so basically, this is the difference of this number range. Okay, so if you want to take it as a from business partner to the vendor, then you have to take the business grouping of the business partner as a internal number range, and you have to take the vendor number range as a external number range, so that manually you can enter it. Same thing, if you are taking it for vendor to VP, then you have to take the vendor number range as a internal number range and the BP number range as a external number range. If you are going for the same number, if you are not going for the same number, you just have to assign it either way. Okay, either you have to assign it from the vendor to VP or from VP to vendor, you can maintain. Okay, able to understand? Now let's save this one. Let's go back. So now we have assigned all the things that is required to create a business partner. So now we will go to the business partner and we will be creating the business partner. Okay. So now here, in the business partner, we can see there are some person, organization, group settings are there. If you want to make some changes in the organization, like maintain the industry and the organization, legal forms, legal entity, if you want to make something, define group types, what will be the group type will be there. Let's say inside the person you want to maintain the some of the components for persons, let's say name components, marital status, occupations. If you want to maintain something, you can maintain. Okay, or you can like this is the customization for those kind of things, so you can customize as per the requirement. If required, you can customize that one, but it is not that much of required. Okay, so now let's go to the business partner and create a business partner. Okay, we'll go to slash npp. So here you can see, here is the business partner. Here you can see this is the organization, this is the business partner it is showing. So if you want to create it as a person or organization or group, so you can create it as a, let's say we will create as a organization. So we will click on this create organization. Okay, click on this. Here you can see this is the BP role is there, it is automatically selected. So here you have to take the BP grouping. What was the BP grouping? IT BP, right? So here we have to create this ITBP. Now here you can put some of the details over here. Just 1 second. Okay. So this is how you can create a business partner. So here this is the business role. So first you have to create it as a business partner under a general segment. Okay. So here you have to put the address details, address overview, identification, These kind of things you have to put. So let's say here we are putting, let's say ITC business partner. Let's say search term is, let's say ITBP or something. You can put something as a uh, let's say how you want to search for this business partner. You can just put some search term as a search term 1 and search term 2. Okay, so now this thing will be India, let's say anything. Okay, here this is not that much of important. Mostly this will be created by the MDM team, so you don't have to worry about this thing, and this is not related to the vendor master. Okay, this is a general data. So here basically the address details and all will be stored. So just go through the different tabs over here. Okay, so just scroll through the tabs and find out what is the things are given over here. Okay, so go to control. Okay, now just try to save this one. Now here you can see the business partner 3000020 has been created. Okay, now this has been created. Now we have to create this as a vendor or supplier. So what can you do? You can just go to here, you can go to the FLVN01. Here you can go to the FLVN01, click on enter. Okay, click on enter. So now you can see the address data. These are the existing data has been copied to here. Here you can see the address, identification, everything you can see. Okay, so here you can see there is a language key is a mandatory entry. Okay, city is also a mandatory entry. Postal code also, take any postal code. Okay, so these are the mandatory fields. Okay, but now here there will be some issues might be facing. Okay, what is the issue? Let's say here inside the business partner there is no selection, or we have not taken any selection. Okay, but in the vendor account group there are certain field selections are there. Okay, here if we go to the vendor account group, here if we go to the vendor account group, there will be certain vendor account group selections will be there. If we go to ITSP, now here if you go to the details, here there will be certain, if we go to the address, here you can see name one is a mandatory field. So here you can see, so here you can see these are the some of the entries are there. Okay, so as per the data, let's say there will be two types of fields will be there. One is for your vendor account group, and one is for your business partner. Okay, for the business partner group also there will be some field selection will be there, and here there will be some field selection for vendor account group will be there. So based on those two settings you might be getting error over here, like sometimes it will be asking you for the postal code, sometimes it will be asking you for the language, sometimes it will be asking you for a reconciliation account. So there will be multiple things it will be asking. Okay, so if you need it, you can enter it over here, whatever mandatory fields are there. If you don't need it, you can do it from the selections. Okay, from the selection you can change it to mandatory to let's say optional or optional to mandatory, whatever things are there, you can just maintain it. So this is the, again, this is the address overview, so we are not going to here. So next one is, here you can see the vendor general data. This is important for us, so we will go to vendor general data. So here you can see the vendor number. Here you can see this is the internal number, because we have not taken the same number range, or we have not taken the number range as a external. So that's why it is showing as a internal number range. So it will create the vendor as an internal number range. If you have taken the same number range, you can enter the number over here. So you can simply, you can copy from here and you can paste it here. Okay. Now here the vendor account group, it will take automatically. Right now this is grayed out. You will be not able to add over here. Now if this vendor will be acting as a customer for your STO setting, okay, let's say you are having a STO, stock transfer order process. So in those kind of scenario, you have to maintain this customer. Okay, so this customer, you have to enter it over here. So first you have to create it as a customer, and that customer number you have to put it over here. Okay, so there will be certain settings will be there for the STO. We will be looking that in the STO settings. Okay, so now here you can see there is a plant selection is there. So if you are using this, you are using some plant as a vendor. Okay, same thing for the STO settings, sometime we are using the plant as a vendor. So in that case you have to assign plant over here. Okay, identifier for the plant, you have to define the plant. Let's say some plant you are using as a vendor, so you have to put that plant over here, so that system will know that this business partner or this vendor is a plant. Okay, so now these are the settings you can check over vendor general data. Okay, okay, so these are some of the fields which are important in the vendor general data. Now here we are creating this as a vendor for the purchasing side, so we have to maintain it for the purchasing side. So how we can maintain it? So just here you can see there is a purchasing button is there. Just click over here, it will ask you for the purchase organization. Okay, so what is our purchase organization? Anyone remembers what is the purchase organization? Anyone remembers? No, forgotten everything. So here you can enter the purchasing organization as PT10. Okay, just enter this as a PT10, or any kind of purchase organization you want to take, you can take. Okay, so we are entering the purchase organization. Now we will be assigning some let's say data related to the vendor for this purchase organization only. So whatever vendor roles you are creating, or whatever business partner will you are creating, this will be related to this purchasing organization. If you want to create it for another purchase organization, then you can assign a different purchase organization over here. You can go to the purchasing organization. Here you can enter a second purchasing organization, and here you can use the transfer or create. Okay, basically don't transfer, you can create a new one. Okay, just put a new purchasing organization over here and click on create. It will create for new purchase organization. Okay, so now here there are certain fields are there, we will be looking into it, but I believe today there will be, time will be over, right? So time is already over. So we will be looking into it tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow we will be looking into the creation of business partner. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Fine. Then we will be connecting again on tomorrow. Bye everyone.
Bye, sir.